welcome to the Easter Festival online. We'd love to do a normal event this year, obviously we can't, so we were thinking let's get something out there when everyone's in lockdown. So I want to give a huge thanks to the artists who've given their music, their time to making this happen. So just to give you a bit of a heads up what's going to happen in the next hour, we're going to go up to London to meet Unique Creation, then we're going to meet Inderpaul Sandhu. He's just done a single called Cold. He's going to play for us and have a chat with us. Then it's back down to Hastings to meet James Bacon, the Deputy Mayor. And it's up to London again to meet Feeder, a rap artist who's got a set for us. Then back down, a lot of virtual travel on the A21. And I'll be sharing a short Easter reflection with you, and we've got a spoken word. And then the Mayor's kindly going to finish for us with encouragement for Hastings. It's a very difficult time. So thank you so much for joining us. Please send messages in via Facebook Live. We'd love to hear from you and engage with you. Grab a cup of tea. If you need to pop off for a bit of dinner during the event, we've got it on YouTube via easterfestival.net, so you can catch up later. First, I'm going to hand over to my good friends John and Al Wales, and then it's off to London.
Hi, my name's Al and this is John, and we're part of the Hastings Food Bank team. As I'm sure you're aware, we're living in very challenging times, and March has been the busiest month Food Bank has ever seen. It really has been challenging to get food out to the most vulnerable people across the town. But we just want to say what has been absolutely amazing is the incredible support that's come across from people in Hastings and St Leonard's and the surrounding areas, from online donations, food donations and offers of help as well. It's just been incredible and a real privilege to be part of seeing so many people mobilise to help the most vulnerable.
We're also members of King's Church Hastings, so what motivates us to be involved in the food bank is our faith. We really hope you enjoy the Easter Festival online and everything that's coming up. See ya!
What's good, guys? Hope you're all blessed. My name's Unique Creation. Hope you're enjoying this time of the festival. I have 2 songs for you guys today, but before that, I just want to give you guys some word of encouragement. Even though we're going through an unexpected time where all this is happening and people are losing family, people are scared, some people are panicking, there's lockdown, people are stuck in their houses, they don't feel safe. I just want to remind everyone that this is a season and it will pass. It's not permanent. It's another storm in life. Life brings all types of surprises. It's happened in history long before any of us was born. It's happening now and it will continue to happen even after we're gone, but it doesn't mean that life stops. The best thing you can do is just make the best of what you have and do things you normally won't be able to do with the time you have. For example, I spend most of the time indoors these days, but even with that, I spend a lot more time with family. I read a lot more, I learn a lot more, and I get a lot more time to reflect. So I just want to encourage you all today that even though this is a dark cloud, there's always a silver lining in it. Just take time to call friends, see how they're doing, catch up with people you normally won't catch up on. There's a lot that you can do with this time. And yeah, I'm about to get into it. Hope you enjoy the show. Much love and see you all soon.
Yeah. If you catch the hook in your mind, feel free to vibe along with it. It's pretty easy. Let's get it in. Yeah. Listen. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win, out for the win. Snakes on the shore, gotta watch my back. Brave in the mist, I ain't got no map. We all gotta reach for the bread, that's fact. Still gotta swing for my life on back. Bulletproof monk till I'm shy and fat. Holy Ghost holding me up, all facts. Still got a lot of work, still gotta mash. Work is a few, but I don't watch that. Friends with the word to the end of days. The king get kings, put crowns on a slave. Too many heads and a hype, deep rage. Live in a box with the minds in a cage. Putting in time to tear a man down. I'm not about the messed up way. The value's long, but I'm in my lane. Holding pace till I break that tape. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. The art is timeless, no throwbacks. DSLR flex, no Kodak. Highly defined, so I show that. Tryna bring life, no toe tag. I'm on a real hype, no Prozac. In touch with the song, so I don't lack. I'm a real man of God, so I don't act. We might change the terrain, it's a known fact. Got no need for a tech. Yeah, I rep for a set and speak from my deck. I got chills on my neck. Lock eyes on the best, 4 J's from the deck. Seeking a God's eye view that most can't see, cause my head's always up in the clouds. This the season for me to be blazing the trail. No way that I'm gonna come down. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. Yeah, I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win or out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win or out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win or out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win or out for the win. Best be awake when the kingdom's moving. Live for the truth, this is more than music. Closer you get, the more it gets lucid. This ain't for lost, best park your amusement. Lot of this work, I'm scared to choose. You're worth more than anything that you pay to lose. Man, I could have lost faith cause the life's abuse. I already know the truth, so there's no excuse. It's a no-brainer on who's gonna win. When the smoke clears, I'll be here with a grin. The Lord say go, so I'm here going in. When it's time for war, then I go for the chin. No longer live for a heart full of sin. Double-edged sword, let me draw for the ting. Maintain my armor and watch for a chink. If I watch my steps, then I'm not gonna sink. You get me? I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. Out for the win. Yeah, I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. I'm all out for the win. I'm all out for the win. All out for the win. That's right, the name's Unique Creation. Hope you're enjoying that still. Jeez! And on to the next track, it's called Righteous Path. This one is a short testimony of mine based on a true story. Hope you enjoy it. If you can catch on to the lyrics, feel free to vibes along, especially to the chorus. It's just a short story of a time I went through. If you feel it, feel free to vibes ahead. Let's get it in. Hope you're enjoying this on your side of the screen. Yeah. Listen.
Worship music.
You can get lost if you get too cozy. Watch my own lane, can't get too nosy. Lifestyle straight from my Bible, holy. Never lost faith in the one who chose me. Write my book in the jungle, Mowgli. Getting it right, so I'm building slowly. Work with pride, I had to let that go, G. Come have a seat, grab a drink, let me tell you a story. I must sweat mad and I stood it and talk. Back to the board and I stood it and shook. Back to the joints, so it hurts when I walk. But I still smash through, stay black on a hole. Gotta make moves, I'm here for it all. Getting new ground, all part of the call. Trapped in the shell, gotta work with myself till my lifespan finally grinds to a hole. When I feel round, struck down on the fifth. Felt like I'm running straight back to my sick. Thank God I opened my eyes when wisdom cried. Almost fell for a lie when I heard it. Hebrews 10:26. Hebrews 10:26. That's when I heard it. Hebrews 10:26. Hebrews 10:26. I know the verdict. If I bend to the tricks, then my life is worthless. I'm still counting the bricks. Cornerstone's working. Trying to take life for the gift. Best pay attention. No dead bars in the mix. Yeah. I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Holy Ghost building a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Holy Ghost building a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Holy Ghost building a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Don't give time to an enemy of progress. If I stop now, then my journey's pointless. So many fall off the trail in the process, so I lock my heart away in the fortress. Every journey starts with the first step. Holding pace when it hurts, I will not let myself get in my way. I ain't done yet. True motive, so it flames when I'm on set. Trust me, so much inside that I need to discern. Keeping an eye on the rest, I will turn. Watching whatever I need to deter. Believing a lie if you think I will turn. I'm dying to live, but you're living to burn. Chilling on site till Yeshua returns. Some telling me what to do with my art, but I don't really care what you people prefer. The bride is alive, so I'm standing with her. Pedigree out of a flea-bitten curve. Standing here repping for people in church. Power to mine, cause my people are hurt. Stand with the king till I'm leaving this earth. Because it took all the cuts I deserve. Seat at the table when dinner is served. Take it till I'm hitting the nerve. I'm dealing with scars from way back when I felt some hate from way back then. Lost a few thoughts trying to take back gems. If a fool took 5, then I'll take back 10. I lost myself in the place I went. Lived in my feelings, laid that tent. Toiling the soul till the sea germinates. Feel it in the air when it's poured permeates. You get me? I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Holy Ghost building a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on the righteous path, seeking a place for the righteous love. Trust, I'm on the righteous path. Holy Ghost built on a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on a righteous path, seeking a place where the righteous laugh. Trust, I'm on a righteous path, Holy Ghost built on a righteous heart. Trust, I'm on a righteous path, seeking a place where the righteous laugh. Trust, I'm on a righteous path. Trust, I'm on a righteous path. My name's Unique Creation. Hope you enjoyed this part of the show. Enjoy the rest of the online festival. Much love to you all. See you next time. Bless.
Oh, it's the Hastings Massive. Sorry for that introduction. I just couldn't help but do that. I've always wanted to do that, and I was too scared to do that on stage last year. My name is Inderpaul Sandhu. For those of you that do remember me, if you do remember me, I am sorry. But yes, what's going on? Happy Easter, fam. Mad thing. It's the time for it's Easter time. Steve, cool guy that he is, shouted me and said, yo man, I'm trying to do something for the people of Hastings, and would you like to be involved? And I said, I'll lift my chair to that. I genuinely dropped that chair, but I'm saying, Steve shouted me and I was like, yeah, of course. You know, I genuinely enjoyed hanging out with you guys, chopping it up with you guys when I came there. It's just a shame, you know, that we have to have this distance between us now. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely happy to have distance with some people because they're just focusing on the Easter eggs and not focusing on Colgate enough. But all that means really is that we're gonna have a great time, a triple great time next year. Talk about the elephant outside of the room because we're supposed to be inside, so we gotta get it. And that's Corona. You know, you just gotta watch the news, go on your social media, read the news. You know, it's just relentless of bad information. You know, there's no positive aspects. There's no, there's a bit of hope on the horizon, or there's nothing like that. It's just this story, and then you have a whole bunch of other people saying their story, and then there's just so many stories circulating, and it can all get much, you know. That's just my observation, my experience, you know. You all have your own observation, your own experience, your own feelings, and there's those of us that are losing loved ones. You know, people are dying. It's quite a heavy atmosphere. It's quite a tense and sad atmosphere. And I think now more than ever, we should always be trying to be like Christ, man. You know, that is what we are. That is our perfect role model, you know. But I think more so now than ever is the time to exercise that. Is a time for us to be dispensing and operating with the currencies of kindness, love, patience, gratitude. You know, but it's hard. It's hard to be a pillar when you're broken. It's hard to be there for people or stand up when I don't know, maybe the waves is moving you, you know, or the facts and the figures of the news is moving you. And it just skews everything. It kind of strangles the hope out of your perspective, you know, out of your reconciliations of your thoughts and what you see when you look outside your window, you know, all these things. And it's to take our eyes off of him and our memories away from what he's done for us, time and time again. I have a terrible habit of ghosting, right? And I'm saying this to Steve. Ghosting is basically where you just disappear. You know, I've always been good at that. If I didn't want to be seen or heard or anything, I just know how to make myself disappear. And I wrote a song called Cold. It's track 3 on my latest project, the Collindale tape. And it was written from a place of ghosting, from a place of isolation. But God would always communicate his love to me through the friends and family I was fortunate and blessed to have. You know, the ones that would look out for me and be like, bro, you've been kind of quiet. You know, I haven't heard from you. What's happening? The ones that would come to look for me, you know. And that, it just kind of just showed me God's character, that he knows what I need to hear. He will truly meet me where I am. You know, his love really does meet us where we are and empowers us to get to where we need to get to. You know what I'm saying? Or to continue to progress. But I wanna use this Easter as a time to challenge all of us, myself included. Let us not forget who is God, who is in control, who truly runs the show, you know, and who has come through for us time and time again. You know, let us not forget. Because hey man, he came out of the grave, bro. You know what I'm saying? He came out the grave. So he ain't dead. But I hope everyone has a wonderful Easter. I'm gonna love you and leave you all with my latest visual, track 3, Cold. I hope you, your mum, your dad, your fish, your dog, your frog, your cow, your auntie, Susan, all have a wonderful, wonderful Easter. I was gonna say Christmas.
It's more or less impossible to put this into words outside of a song. I don't wanna be judged for all the things that I've said, all the things that I've done. Sorry for my lack of appearance. Apologies to my friends and my parents. I know what it looks like, that I could care less, but I just can't face the world right now. Always wear shades, cause I can't stay. The eyes on my face, no strength in my legs, feeling so out of place. It's not what you think, but what I think you do, and that's crazy, cause I can't think for you. Love is patient, love is so kind, no records are wrong, and always has time. Forgive me for the lack of mine. Love is patient, love is so kind, no records are wrong, and always has time. Forgive me for the lack of mine. Forgive me. A gap boy, police cars became real from the start. It's connecting the man with the boy and giving that child, the voice. Since you taught me that, and since you taught me that, I've been doing some searching. And since you taught me that, I've been doing some searching. I've been doing some searching. Love is so kind, no records around, no it says time, no it says, no it says time. Love is so patient, love is so kind. No records are wrong.
some things demand a second look. A reassessment should be took. A double take on history to study an age-old mystery. A second glance to the past, skimming over too fast. And stop. Recognizing someone in an old photo. A friendly face amongst the unknown. The feeling of home. The temptation to throw away, straight away, the words I say could be great. To dismiss the idea that there was more to see about this Jesus the Nazarene. But I beg you to look again. What you find might just change your life. It did mine. You see, when you look again, you can see something new. What could you gain? What could you lose? Like little clues in your favourite film, easy to miss the first time through. Easter eggs hidden in the Easter narrative, but discovering the truth. To understand the world, life, all. Look again at his life. Look again at his goal. Look again at the lives he transformed as he strolled through the towns and cities, through valleys and fields. Every person he met changed, freed, reborn. Through the miracles he did and the wisdom he bore. Look again at his life, what he understood, what he stood for, what he stood against. Not crumbling to pressure, his teaching couldn't have been fresher. Refreshing the broken, challenging the proud. His love seeks the one amongst the crowd. Pinpointing your need like a needle in the haystack, straight to the source. And of course, to really understand his love, you have to look again at his death. Look again at his scars, and if you look at his pain right, his mission, his purpose, his victory is in plain sight. Humility, gracility, tranquility rife, surety, purity, security, life. That this man lived and died, there is no doubt, recorded in history throughout countless accounts. The evidence amounts. Will you look again? But this is the key, the ancient question for you and for me. The evidence laid out. If you'll look, you will see. When you weigh it up gram by gram, the question he asks is this: who do you say I am?
Greetings, beautiful people. Happy Easter to you all. Hope you guys are well and staying safe in these times. I go by the name of Freedom, and I just wanted to share a brief word, really. When you think about the message of crucifixion or even Easter message, staying on that part is very horrific, right? And it may seem like there's no way out, but we see a totally different story, a totally different scenario that comes out of that, and that there is beauty in brokenness. You know, by his stripes we were healed. Through the pain, through the horrific event that happened on the cross, we actually have something beautiful as a result of that. So it's very parallel to what life may be at times for us. You know, like right now we're going through this pandemic and everyone is feeling down and not sure what's going to happen. It looks ugly, basically, you know. But I'm a big believer that everything works together for good for those that trust in the Lord, for those that love the Lord. So if you have faith in the Lord, faith is the assurance of the things that we hope for. So my hope is that we are going to get through this time and something beautiful is going to come at the end of it. So in this time of lockdown and uncertainty, I encourage us to pray. I encourage us to seek the Lord. I encourage us to spend time with our family and use it wisely, especially if you're not working from home like some of us. Use it wisely and build a skill, pick up something, man, that you like doing and do it. You know what I mean? Practice it, because we will soon be out running again. Things won't be the same again, but I believe you'll be a better person. You've come out with all these new learned skills that you've invested yourself into, closer to your family, better relationships with those that you haven't spent much time with, and so forth and so forth. So there will be good fruits at the end of all of this. I believe it. I'm gonna be sharing a couple tracks with you guys today. One of them is called Sacrifice, and I really love the message behind it. I come to learn that no matter what we do in life, nothing will compare to the sacrifice that Christ did on the cross. You know, a holy and righteous God coming among sinners. That was not an easy thing to do at all. And if Christ is able to do that, then what I do is nothing compared to that. So yeah, man, that song, I just love it, and I think it's got a powerful message. I hope you guys are blessed by it.
What's good, Hastings Easter Music Festival? Thank you guys very much for tuning in today. I'll go by the name of Freedom. And this track right here is called Sacrifice. It's got a real deep Easter message in it. I just hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, and engage with us, alright? Let's go. Yeah. Lord, teach me how to sacrifice. Yes, Lord. Please teach me how to sacrifice. Real simple. Teach me how to sacrifice. Listen. I could have easily set up with a list of things that I lost. I'm talking ladies, drinking cash, my homeboys that I've got. I'm thinking, if it's all a prank, how expensive would it cost? Wake up the next day, man, it's really all reality that Jesus really died for me. His blood was shed on Calvary. Think I'm holding on to my infinity, embracing purity. Nah, let it go, it don't mean nothing. Embrace the Trinity. He first sacrificed in Eden to cover nudity. Your do's and don'ts don't compare to sacrifice. Wanna taste that he's a cross and has your appetite. We just justify our selfish, self-righteous. Instead of submitting to the Lord, we rather camouflage. Some hide in churches, they be praising the Lord with a heart that's full of grudges. But who are we to judge him? Life's a struggle, we all battle with our inner problems. Before you got correct and over, better self-examine. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Please teach us how to sacrifice. Hey. Lord, teach me how to sacrifice. That's right. Listen. So it's easy to let go what common sense never had. I'm talking about my past, the Lord saved me and I'm glad. I pray my life's a service by and living in accordance. My heart is holding grudges, I ain't serving you abundant. Father, help me to overcome obstacles that I planted. I'm praying that your purpose is fulfilled up in this planet. Can I do it alone? Please, Holy Spirit, come manage. I'm done with human wisdom, cause spiritually I was blinded, yeah. My vision blurred, I ain't seeing salvation. I'm being led by my emotions, I fear the conviction. It hurts, it's much deeper than the mental realm. Within a spirit sacrificing to the true I am. I'm just praying that you lead me. Surrender to your will through struggles, burdens and grieving. I am no longer needed, it's Jesus Christ that's within me. So ready I can't boast, for the works is fulfilling, yeah. Lord, teach us how to sacrifice. Please show us how to sacrifice. Yes, Lord, please teach us how to sacrifice. Yeah. Lord, show me how to sacrifice. Listen. Yeah. A burning offering only if I could understand. I'll build an altar and lay myself by, I'm such a swine. Uncleanness can never smell a sweet incense. Nah, that's why the Lord Jesus Christ had taught the place of man. All that slaughtering spears and nails that was meant for we. How undeserving but perfect lamb for the offering. I am unworthy, I'm filthy, broken, disgusting. But God sees different, he cherished me like a trophy, yeah. Sacrifice, consider death or life. Lay your life for another, that's just to be precise. Trust in Jesus and never exchange your faith for sight. Cause most of us is all talks but we don't exercise. Fill me up with that courage, strength, faith, love. Make my body a storage.
I am an artist, I'm a Christian, I rap, And yeah, it's been amazing for the past, I think, 2 years. I've been coming down at the Hastings Easter Music Festival, and unfortunately, obviously, this time around we couldn't be there in the flesh, but it's still able to communicate with you guys and fellowship through the digital means. It's actually been a blessing in this time, because we're still able to connect with one another. So yeah, I think this is just a good time for us to just encourage one another.
Yeah. Hey, right. I'm handing in my cover letter. There goes my cover letter. Hey, Jesus, here's my cover letter. I'm a failure if I abide by my righteous mess. My own eyes, the real lies on the compliment. There goes the skyline sightseeing with confidence. Aim, hide and contemplate, now it's complicate. I sense a common pattern, I can read the mind. Next step is systematic and I redefine. That's the prayer I've been making since my graduation. All of my expectations and then some. An hour celebration will live long. Next song, alarms and wedding bell. More finger needs a finger. Snooze burns deeper, 3rd year degree. Does it really add value to my pedigree? Branch out and find a tree that made a enemy. Track a different flame, public score enemy. Fight the power, dark force, principality, a strategy, footprint. I ain't fitting in blueprints, I ain't listening to small prints full of trickery, I got to go hard for that meant to be. Get it in from talking with my sister. Get it in from talking with my brother. Get it in from talking with my pastor. Get it in, it seems to be the answer. Jesus, here's my cover letter. Hey, I'm handing in my. I guess I get employed. I figures download on my Android, upload for the landlord. I figured, go to work and pay your bills. One way or another, have to pick a pill. Medication can we seek a thrill. Meditation, anything revealed. But I'm down here on my knees, petition and thanksgiving. Do me as you please, Lord. What I found is different. You hearing this is super infamous. The greatest compliment. We need some emphasis and much more to ever get with this. What's Everest to ever lost? My preference is out of class. Is Mardi Gras. Celebrating Jesus on a Tuesday. Now loving the Lord maker. And plus he lives inside of me. I've gone up a level of insanity. I'm reminded of my obligation. A drastic decision equals complication. I feel life pressure got against my vision. A backward statement in this generation. Instead of chasing money, I'ma follow Jesus. But I'm down here on my knees, petition and thanksgiving. Do me as you please, Lord. I'm down here on my knees, petition and thanksgiving. Do me as you please, yeah. Get it in from talking with Ma. Get it in from talking with Ma. Get it in from talking with Ma. Hey, get it in, it seems to be the answer. Jesus, here's my cover letter. I'm handing in my cover letter. Jesus, here's my cover letter. I'm handing in my cover letter. There goes my cover letter. I'm handing in my cover letter. Yeah, I'm handing in my cover letter. Hey, my cover letter. Hey.
Even on the cross, when Christ was looking like he was defeated, it looked like there was no way out. It looked like that's it. This Messiah, this person that we put our faith in, and what happens to him is crucifixion. This is like, it was a scary moment for a lot of believers, right? But we see at the end of that he didn't just end it, that he resurrected, he rose again to show us that even through the most horrific event, there's still something beautiful that comes at the end and the other side. And same way, I just want to encourage us to know that God is in control. It may look ugly, it may look like there's no answers, it may look like we are powerless, etc., just a bunch of negative things, right? but have hope, have faith, and believe that we are going to make it through, and that God has the master plan, even though there may be competition left, right, but they're actually not competition. God has the master plan. He's still on the throne, and as long as God is on the throne, everything will be all right.
Jesus Christ over everything. JCOE. JC. Jesus Christ over everything. Jesse. OE. Jesus Christ over everything. Hey. That's right, that's right. Yo. Let me switch up the pace like I'm Schumacher. They heard that before, I'ma switch it up. I just warm on a Jupiter. Trouble, you knew the contributor. I was chasing the girl like she booty car. I war with the storm on the Schumacher. I value the soul like a shoemaker. Hand in the sword, I'ma hit them up. Nah, they don't really want it. That's that copyright, you can't own it. If I compromise, I might vomit. That's why I stick to God to 100. Me, I'm pissed off for these fakers. They're raw like they're in Vegas. Lifestyle could have gas now, could have passed out from your breath. Under the roof, nah, Jesus is over the roof. Me, I'm running on truth. Peter, I'm looking for proof. I'm on the roadside when I drive by on your clothes, man. I'm on my CSI when I find out when you roll by. Jesse, OE.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I dropped a mixtape on iTunes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I tore the UK on these shoes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
JC,
OE.
JC,
OE.
Jesse, OE.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I dropped a mixtape on iTunes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I tore the UK on these shoes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
JC,
OE.
JC.
OE.
Still on my wave, blue pit. Jesus will say he's goalkeeper. Losing control when I keep it up, so I give it to he who can hit the mark. Wearing my name like a shopkeeper. No longer be slavey to porcupine. It's all lies, it's all eyes. Me, I'm blinded by faith. Yo, pray for my brothers and never stop. The works of the devil, I rip it up. Chasing the medal, the step with the riddles. We gotta deliver on every spot. Lift up his name, I never stop. Lift up his name, I never stop. Lights on in the dark side, never street side on our side. Under the roof, nah. Jesus is over the roof. Running on truth. Peter, I'm looking for proof. I'm on the roadside when I drive by on your clothes, man. I'm on my CSI when I find out where you roll by. Jesse, OE.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I dropped a mixtape on iTunes 6.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I tore the UK on these shoes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
JC,
OE.
JC,
OE.
Jesse, OE. Jesus Christ over everything. I dropped a mixtape on iTunes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
I tore the UK on these shoes.
Jesus Christ over everything.
JC, OE. JC, OE. Vibes. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to this one. Big up yourself. Hastings Easter Music Festival. You guys are large, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the artist for all you've given us. Hope you're enjoying it. This is a really special Easter weekend. So yesterday was Good Friday, which celebrates the death of Jesus. And tomorrow is Easter Sunday, where we celebrate his resurrection, his victory over death. I'm just going to share a couple of thoughts with you. Now, in the gospel story, in the New Testament, religious leaders give Jesus a hard time. Even though he's God, they give him a really hard time and they don't understand it. And they ask him to prove his power, to prove he's God, by showing him a sign. And he says, I'm not going to show you a sign, but I'm going to show you the sign of Jonah. So what's the sign of Jonah? And he says that as Jonah was in the belly of a whale for 3 days, so he'll be buried in the earth for 3 days. So when they're asking him to prove himself, he does it by pointing to the culmination of his mission, his cross, his resurrection. He actually points to the Easter story when asked to prove he's God. So when they ask him to prove his power, he's actually pointing to his love, that he died on the cross to save the world for you and for me. Now, just for a moment to go back to Jonah, in the Old Testament story, Jonah gets caught in a storm. God rescues him, but he's thrown into the sea, he's swallowed by a whale, who then spits him on the beach. How unpleasant must that have been? But just to give the meaning, when things couldn't have been darker for Jonah in the whale's tummy, that's when he comes to his senses. And in the story of Jonah, he makes an amazing prayer. And I just want to read this to you. So Jonah's in the belly of the whale, and he prays this: "In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the sea. The deep surrounded me, seaweed wrapped around my head. Then when my life was ebbing away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer rose to you, to your holy temple. And then he says, this is a really important part, he says this: those who cling to worthless idols forsake the grace that could be theirs. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord. Now this is actually a picture of our lives too, that we can depend on his grace in a moment of deepest concern. And just like Jonah being in the belly of the whale for 3 days, Christ was in the earth for 3 days. And this is actually symbolised in Easter Saturday, today. But by his cross and resurrection, he moves the mountain of our weight of guilt, failure and brokenness. He takes it away and he restores, just like Jonah, he restores our destiny. What's the grace? Now, I want to share just a little bit. Sometimes people say, why doesn't God just say, all this stuff doesn't matter. The wrong in the earth doesn't matter. Well, it matters because we matter. It matters because we matter. And every hurt we do costs something to somebody. And every somebody is precious in his sight. But Jesus steps into this kind of law of sowing and reaping, this kind of cost and effect, and he says, I'll take it. And God came as Christ to take the cost of everything that was just jarring in the universe. It's the law of sowing and reaping. So I now want to just look at the cross and what actually happened on the cross. So if you know the story of Good Friday, there's a darkness that comes down when Jesus is hanging on the cross for 3 hours. And those 3 hours of darkness were the pain and the brokenness and the separation from God that we have. Christ makes us one with him, so he took all that we have on the cross and he bore that pain, that separation. So when Jesus cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? It's because he's carrying that separation. He's feeling it. So his death was for you and his death was for me. His death was for us, and he took it into the grave. And just as Jonah was in the belly of the fish, so Jesus was in the grave for 3 days. But he doesn't end there. And this is a beautiful love story. And if we look at what happened next, you may have heard of Mary Magdalene, and she was crying by the tomb, believing that she'd lost the Lord. And as she looks in, the tomb's empty, and as she hears the most beautiful voice you can ever hear, she hears the voice of Jesus saying her name, Mary. And she turns around and there he is. He's raised from the dead. He's beaten death. Love has won. Now he then says the most amazing thing to her. He says, I'm now going back to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God. Now, in Jewish culture, no one could call God Father. But Jesus was the Son of God. And this is the point. In the story of the resurrection, he makes us one with him. So now, just as he has that intimate relationship with God, so we too can know him as Father, and actually as adopted sons and daughters. Now, on the cross, just going back a bit, there was a point where when he dies, when the curtain of the temple is torn in two, and that temple was what separated the Holy of Holies, the presence of God. And only a person going once a year. But when he died on the cross, that curtain was torn so we can enter into intimacy. So when he says, I'm going back to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God, he's making us one with him. And he's saying that you can be adopted as the sons and daughters of the Heavenly Father, of God. That's what a Christian is. A Christian is someone who is an adopted son or daughter of the living God, paid for by the blood of Jesus as a ransom on the cross. That's absolutely amazing. And this is the grace that could be ours. This is the grace that can be ours.
Where do I start? Probably 98. Born in Whitechapel Hospital, I was 5 days late. Oldest of 5 kids, parents probably got migraines, such a noisy lot, wish they could have put us on vibrate. a Christian family, so always kind of had a faith. Dad became a pastor. People asked if I'm his protege, but in school it was apparent no one else had thought the same, so they wasn't too keen on me trying to demonstrate my beliefs on them, even though it was for their sake. Soon the bullies began to abuse me in front of all my mates, and these so-called mates began to push me away, so I dare not speak out again. I would hide my face away. Instead, I started getting hooked onto video games. Just like a drug, it gave me a temporary escape. Made me feel stronger, made me someone I ain't, like some superhero exposed to gamma rays, or some legendary samurai from some kind of anime. Deep down I knew that everything on the screen was fake, but I was so caught up in a spell that would take years to break. Really and truly, all I wanted was a teammate. Early teens now, GCSEs coming, focusing on grades, but in my head impure thoughts began to violate. Hormones and chemicals made me begin to appreciate the opposite sex so much more. Preferred it when they were in lingerie. I know I'm a growing boy, but I still wanted to try that cake. And all the pretty girls in the media began to manipulate, blindly raising my own standards. No need for a blind date. How other people saw me was the main priority. It would dictate how I walked, how I talked, what people saw looking my way. The amount of money I had with me was a priority. Had to be a first rate shoes, brand new phone. Don't want to see my cheapskate, all to get attention and appreciation, looking for that soulmate. Last few years, I won't lie, a lot has changed. Moved down to the coast, felt like I had to migrate. Completely different place and culture, had to acclimate, but my insecurities were still there. I was still stuck in that same state, still looking for a girl that could satisfy, that could hydrate my thirst for attention. I'd try and fix that at any rate. The beauty, intelligence and fun, these sirens would captivate my heart and soul. Seeing them would make my eyes dilate. I found a couple girls that at first glance took my breath away, but that wasn't healthy for me. All they did was asphyxiate my soul, and what I really needed was to resuscitate my relationship with God. That needed to reactivate. And right then I was in a painful place. Where was God? Why am I still stuck in this maze? Stuck in this downward spiral. I'm sure some of you can relate. My loneliness and depressing feelings began to inflate to the point emotional pain was too much. I had so much self-hate, so much self-loathing, so I began to inflict pain. Not because I enjoyed it, but I felt better for doing so. Found a Stanley blade, kept it to myself. Lied to people, said it was from a broken glass pane. Or maybe that I was rock climbing and that it was a nasty scrape. What you don't realise is that I was so sad and ashamed of myself. What I'd said and done began to adjudicate, still very secretive, my own judge, jury and execution blade. And even now all the wounds heal and all the scars fade. There was emptiness in my heart. I still felt so isolated. Started to feel like I had passed my own expiry date. Felt like I had ruined my life so much. What a massive waste. The devil had been planting these thoughts in my head. He was lying in wait, waiting for me to finally decide to completely terminate this life that God had given me and completely eradicate my relationship with Jesus. I would often underestimate. His angels were with me when I was getting mugged in that alleyway. He heard my lustful thoughts and all the stupid things that I would say. I hurt girls and girls hurt me. I was being led astray by my own mind. My life was beginning to decay. Driving down to Beachy this February was a leap day. Tried to close Christ out of my life, but he had his foot in the doorway. Shaking my head at myself, and from the cliffs I drove away. Looking back through my life, he was there for me in every way, gently whispering in my ear that everything will be okay. Used to slit my wrists, hoping that the pain would make me feel away. Now I know that Jesus also had his flesh stripped away. And now I've got something else that I have transfixed with my gaze. People still call me childish, say I'm just going through a phase, but my identity is different now. I'm no longer a slave, and there's a reason that I worship on more than just a Sunday. Because the very same God who put the stars in the Milky Way is the very same God who put these bars on my lips to say, and this very same God who hears my voice every time that I pray. He is the Lamb of God, and he was put to death in my place. But death couldn't hold him, now he has beaten the grave, and now I'm drenched in love. It came crashing down like a wave. And his wellspring of life, it gives me energy like Lucozade. I have been set free, and by his blood I have been saved. Because he is called Yahweh, joy in him makes our path straight. He was with me in the valley, led me out of that dark place. A drunken broken mess, but he doesn't see me in that way. And he has always been there for me, he doesn't leave it halfway. He has turned my life around, I know it seems so cliche. Jesus gladly gives you peace, you will not see another way. His perfect, spotless life is the only thing that can pay the price for our sin. He can carry that weight, carry the weight of fear, failure, sadness and shame, all of our foolish behaviour, all of our scars and stains. And only through Jesus can he change our fate, changes us from the inside, changes our DNA. And you can see his love, and you can come and taste that Christ was always good to you. He's the truth, the life, the way. And you can feel his love, and you get a chance to taste that Christ is good for you. He's the truth, the life, the way. And you're free to be in his love, and you're free to come and taste that Christ will always be good to you. He's the truth, the life, he's the way.
I'm Councillor Nigel Sinden. Of course, I'm the Mayor of Hastings. On this Good Friday, I'd like to give everyone a message, not only from your council, but from your church, from your churches. It's Good Friday, so that means, in theory, to many of us, the holiest day. It's the day that Christ, in theory, died and was put into a cave in Jerusalem. 3 days later, as we all know, Easter Sunday, Christ rose. So of course what we have to look to, at the moment we have a nasty virus going around the world. That virus will go. Good times will come back. The Lord will ensure in many ways that we survive. So look to yourselves, look to what's there available. Look to our friends in the NHS. Look to your neighbours, they are part of it. Say hello to your neighbours. To be a Christian is a big thing, but to be a Christian amongst others is a bigger thing. Use your life, use what you can. Remember, this will finish. It's only a part of us. Our lives will change in many, many ways. But let's hope that what we have stays good. There are people there, of course, to help you, and things that you can do for yourselves. I would like to push forward two things. Firstly, your own Hastings Borough Council. On My Hastings, you will find all the information you need to help, to give help, and to receive help. The number for that is 01424 45 1019. That is Hastings Borough Council, My Hastings. Go for it. There's also HVS, Hastings Voluntary Services. Another group that are there to help you, and we've already set up with them. I'm already out befriended. I have delivered nets. I already have delivered some shopping. So that is coming from Hastings Voluntary Action, HVA. Their number is 01424 444 110 or 444101. Either number will get you through. Please use them. They're there for you. So enjoy this Holy Week, this Holy Weekend as much as you can. And think that next year we will all be back in those churches with singing our hymns and everything else. Life will change, and it will change, hopefully for the better. Thank you. And a big thank you from the whole mayoral team, myself, James and the rest of us. And have a good weekend. Thank you all.
So if you'd like to find out more about the Christian faith, there's a couple of ways you can do that. A lot of the local churches are broadcasting their services online, and you could tune in and watch those, or you could check out Alpha courses online.